explain this to me. How is an assessor supposed to carry out professional EPC for £40? Seriously. Travel to the property, inspect it properly, assess the loft, access the loft, measure extensions, gather evidence, complete the assessment, quality check the data, lodge the EPC, cover business costs, travel costs, cover accreditation costs, insurance costs, and somehow make a living. Guess what? The maths don't work. And yet, every day, I see work advertised at prices that make it impossible to do the job properly. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you're one of those assessors accepting work at those prices, you're part of the problem, because you're helping to drive down the standards for everybody else. When was the last time you stopped and worked out what your knowledge, expertise, liability, experience and professionalism were actually worth? And I'm tired, guys. I'm tired of watching our profession get dragged into a race to the bottom on price, and I'm tired of seeing EPC work advertised on forums and panels for £25, £30 or whatever the latest bargain basement price happens to be. And I'm really tired of seeing assessors accept that. It's not okay. Because let's be clear, you can't carry out a thorough professional and compliant assessment for those kind of fees and still give the property the attention and the time it needs. Something's got to give. And all too often, it's the quality. Now, I know what I'm about to say is going to upset a few people, but it needs saying. There are individuals out there calling themselves assessors because they've paid a small fortune to go on a 3-day fast-track course that promised a quick return on investment. So they've got the piece of paper, they've got the qualification, they've got the accreditation. But do they actually have the knowledge? Do they understand the building that they are assessing? Do they understand the responsibility that comes with producing an EPC or a retrofit assessment that people rely on to make important financial decisions? Because when I review previous EPCs or I've audited for schemes, I see evidence, missed extensions, missing data, loft spaces that have clearly not been inspected because accessing them was probably inconvenient and too much to bother with. Obvious features that have been omitted and basic details that have been overlooked. And sometimes, if we're being completely honest, I see lots of assessments that have been skewed in favour of delivering a desirable outcome rather than an accurate one, probably and possibly because a landlord would like a C, please. Whether it's through laziness or incompetence or something more deliberate, the result is the same. The credibility of our profession suffers. The homeowner suffers. And the assessors who actually care about doing a good job properly suffer. See, somewhere along the line, we've allowed people to convince us that our expertise has got little value, that we've allowed a professional built on knowledge, responsibility and accuracy to become a bidding war. Cheaper, faster, more volume. This profession should be built on integrity. It should be built on professional judgment and attention to detail. Because if we're willing to carry out professional work for fees that don't even cover the time required to do the inspection properly, we're effectively telling the market that our expertise has little value. We're telling panels, estate agents and landlords and middlemen that it's okay to take larger and larger cuts while expecting us to absorb all the pressure. And they'll keep doing it. Why wouldn't they? As long as somebody's willing to do it cheaper, the cycle will continue. The only people that can stop this is you and me, us, the assessors, the professionals out on the ground doing the work. So my message is simple. Keep your integrity intact. Hold your value. Respect the work that should go into every assessment. Charge a fair price for a professional service and don't apologise for that. Look, I'm proud to be part of this industry, but I want an industry that values quality over speed, that values accuracy over volume, professionalism over shortcuts. If you believe that we deserve to be paid fairly for doing the job properly, if you believe that integrity still matters, then stand up, hold your value and say, enough is enough. If you agree, like, share and subscribe to this post, because you're going to see and hear a lot more from me over the next weeks and months, waging a war to bring back our worth. This is about quality, knowledge and integrity. This is the AK movement. Who's with me?